prefer I start with an opening statement and go from there? Okay. First of all, I want to congratulate Chris Poole and Florida State on a tremendous season. They have so many great players. I mean, their seniors really carried them, but they have such an exciting future with their young players as well. It was a tough match because I think we'll tell you we don't feel like we played our best, and I'm sure they're going to tell you they don't feel like they played their best either. Defensively, I thought they were unbelievable, as good as any defensive player that we've played, any defensive team that we've played all year, and we played some really good defensive teams. They just, balls that I was sure were going to hit the floor, just never hit the floor. And I give them a lot of credit for rallies. I thought just in the first 7 points of the game, it felt like an entire set, just the first 7 points, because of the number of swings we took. And now, I think with that being said, as we go forward, I don't know, maybe it was a little bit of nerves, maybe it was a little bit of pressing. We just didn't play well. We were able to get that first set, though, and I thought that was key. We just offensively didn't play well. And then when we did play well, I thought they played great defense, and they played just well enough to go up 2-1. And then I think you see a team that I've seen all year long that just has a resilience to them. And there was no quit in them. And they knew that they were capable of playing a lot better because we knew the one thing that we can flip the switch on is our offense. And defensively, I thought we were solid all night long. But the one thing we knew we could flip the switch on was the offense. And somehow that switch got flipped, and we started getting production from middle and right side, taking some of pressure off the lefts, even though they took way too many swings. I thought that, we went up there, we were able to score from antenna to antenna, and once we did that, our hitting numbers went up, and it was enough to give us the break that we needed to get in the score.
You're down early in the third set. You guys rally back. You don't win that, but how important was it to fight back and build some momentum?
It's funny you say that. We actually just talked about that in the locker room. I thought that was the changing point of the match right there, is that even though we were down, and we were down big, we had a spirited timeout, and it was just more of, I think it was right after Mackenzie had just got ace, and I said, I don't care about the ace, I care about the look on your face after the ace. That's what we need to fix. And I thought immediately that was fixed, and we started playing better. We started playing together. And just being able to, run with them 1-for-1 after that, I think gave us the confidence heading forward that if we just get this offense going, it's going to be enough to get us through.
Players, how important was having a match like you just had with Cincinnati that really battle tested you for this kind of moment?
It really helped us prepare for tournament time. That was the first year we've had a tournament in our conference. And tournament is another animal when it comes to competitiveness. So it really allowed us to prepare for this weekend.
And how did that recent match with Cincinnati really prepare you for something like
Yeah, I think it was a big one. Obviously, Cincinnati went 5 as well, so we went 5 here. We kind of knew the mental toughness that we had to put out there in the 5th set, so I think that was really big. I know a lot of our bodies were shot, obviously, in some of those points. We were out of breath, could hardly cheer for our points. But just to be able to stay mentally tough is the big part. If your brain can overpower your body, that's where you're going to do well in the game.
As Christina just said, it's a different animal. What is the intensity level difference in the NCAA?
I think it's just win or go home, in my opinion. I mean, sometimes this might be your last game for some seniors. It might be your last game just in general with injuries and stuff like that, but you just got to put your best foot forward, and I think that's sometimes even the animal too. You have this mindset where you're like, I have to play at my highest level. No, you just have to go play volleyball. That's what I try and tell myself. That's what I try and tell my team. You're good enough. We're all athletes. We've all been here. We've been around the game long enough. So.
Did your confidence ebb a little bit, though, when you got down 2-1? Did you feel like you were pressing a little bit?
We've been working here for six plus months. Our confidence, we're here. We've made it here for a reason. So our confidence wasn't what was lacking. It was playing together, which was what's lacking. So in our colorful timeout, we had a little heart-to-heart there. I was like, you don't play for that one kill that McKenna Melville gets. You play for that one kill that Christina Fisher gets. So you're working for someone else. You're not just working for yourself.
What I saw is, I remember it was probably the 4th set. It was close. I remember during a timeout, I leaned over to Tina and I said, I don't know if I said be a winner or be fierce or be fearless or something like that. And I just wanted to remind her just to go out and be a killer like she is. And she did. She went out and her hitting percentage jumped dramatically from that point forward. And, it's great that the seniors get a chance to experience a win in the NCAA tournament. It's something that hasn't happened. I believe, Sean helped me out, but I think it's been since 2002, 2003, since as a Division I team, we've had a tournament win. But to see it in the seniors' face that we're not done yet, we're not ready to go home, it's not over yet, we've worked way too hard, and then to go out and execute that. It's one thing to think that, it's a whole nother thing to go out and play that. And they walked the walk, and I'm proud of them for that.
Much better feeling tonight than it was when you bowed out in the first round last year. Let's talk about that.
Different. Oh, yeah. Well, obviously, it's a win instead of a loss, so there's that. But I think playing here also kind of gave it a little bit more of an atmosphere that, hey, this is the NCAA tournament. We're playing against the big dogs. Florida's a big school. So just to be able to go out here and show what we got, I think, is the big part.
Last year, it was really painful to have that first round loss, and I think that's what helped motivate us extra this year. We do not want to go out without a fight, and so that just added fuel.
You think of yourselves as the big dogs now?
I would like to think so, yeah. I mean, that's what we go out in the court and think. We got great blockers, great defense, great setters. We got the whole thing. So we're going out, we're thinking we're big dogs. We're going to play with the big dogs. We're going to try and beat the big dogs.
Yeah, I unequivocally, without any doubt in my mind, will put this team up against anybody. And whatever happens is going to happen. We're going to win or we're going to lose, but sure as hell going to fight. I know that. And they're going to get a pretty healthy dose of some intestinal fortitude coming at them. Yeah, I'll put this team up against anybody. They've got as much fight as anybody we've had here. I think just the togetherness and the emotional state that they're in has really been the difference in the second half of the year. And, we know we'll have to wait and see what happens in this match. We'll get ready for whoever we have to play next. But for right now, we're just going to enjoy the fact that we just, this team just solidified its part in the history of UCF teams.
You talk all the time about how important your coaches are in game planning. Just talk about, you just had a couple of days to prepare for this important match.
No, actually, I think the NCAA committee is so predictable. We had a pretty good idea who we were going to play probably 2 weeks ago. Secretly, quietly in an office that we don't like to talk about, Brian was already going to work on these guys. So we had already had a lot of our pre-work done, even heading into this week. So it was no surprise once it popped up on the screen, there was just kind of a smile on their face because we knew that we were already starting the coach's work for this. Brian's defensive game plan, again, this is 2 in a row now where he's come up huge defensively. Offensively, we struggled, but I thought Jenny made some changes and was able to get the ball to our right sides especially, to take some of the pressure off of these guys. Jenny was frustrated with the offense the first 3 sets, and we talked about it, and she made the changes that she needed to make. But I am blessed that I have 2 head coaches. They're both head coaches. They were both Division I head coaches. I am blessed to have 2 head coaches on the bench, which allows me to sit back and take it from the 30,000-foot view where they can take it from the micro view. And I just sit back and I let Brian do his thing, maybe chip in a few things here and there. I try to let Jenny do her thing, maybe chip in a few things here and there. But we are lucky, first of all, me as a head coach and them as a team, that they have Jenny and Brian who are doing all that work behind the scenes.
How does it feel for you to become the all-time winningest coach in UCF? With an NCAA tournament.
I didn't, even in the moment, I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it when we left the court. I didn't think about it in the locker room. We sang the fight song like we always do at the end of each match. And then McKenna brought that up, and that was the first time that I even thought about it. I'll say what I said before. Lucy McDaniel really is the godmother of this program, and she will always be the winningest coach. I mean, she set the standard. She built the program. She helped nurture it through the Title IX years. It's because of Lucy McDaniel and those teams of the 70s and 80s, Laura Smith. I mean, it's because of those guys those women, it's because of those women that we are where we are, that we have the chance to be who we are and who we can be. So it's a nice win, but Lucy's the all-time winningest coach.
And for you guys, how does it feel to contribute to this winning record?
Awesome. Especially, like you said, having it be in a tournament, in the NCAA tournament, that's what makes it extra special, I would say.
Yeah, and I think it's again, it's a team accomplishment. I mean, we're all working here, we're all working towards the same goal. So for him to get that, that's really big. In the end, it's also a team goal as well. It's a team win. If you can get a whole bunch of wins in the season, it's going to obviously help him a lot too. So we're working our butts off, not just for yourself, but again, we're working for everyone. It's not just the players on the court, but it's the coaches as well.
And they work countless hours preparing for these games. It's unreal. I've never
Yeah.
met any coaching staff that has wanted to win more than them. They're unbelievable. So to do what we can for them it's everything.
Oh, thanks, Tina. I think that's the nicest thing you said in 3 years. Any other questions from anybody else?
All
Did
right.
Tracy anything else?